and Adam and I were in Vancouver, and we came in, and it was when you were banging on the desk.
407.
And, yeah, and Jennifer, like, we walk in, and Jennifer's sitting in a chair, and she's like, her hands are iced, like she just was in a, and I'm like, what's going on? And your response was, well, I have to bang the table, and I can't fake it. And what I don't think people realize is by the end of a season, like, Jennifer Morrison is covered in bruises, probably has sprained wrists. Like, you go for it. That fight season 1 with you and Regina?
Know, we were both pretty beat
Regina,
up
you and Lana, yeah.
Well, it's just, obviously you don't want to hurt yourself, and we do go to great lengths, definitely not to hurt anyone else. But it sometimes it's hard, you want, the goal is for something to be very real. You want the truth of something to translate. And there are certain things you can do sometimes to soften what it would actually feel like. And the reality is, most of those physical things, if you did them once, which would happen in real life, you'd be fine. It's the repetition of them. So slamming a table once is totally realistic. Slamming a table 100 times involves a lot of ice.
Yeah, it does.
So
I think that's one of the, the thing that I love about you and the rest of the cast, and a lot of what we do is, it is a metaphor for something else, and we tell it through fantasy.
Yeah.
And so when you're playing that, and you are saying something that is about magic or a sorcerer's hat, how do you find the realness in that for yourself?
Yeah, I've been asked this in interviews and stuff before, and from the beginning, I have always looked at the show very metaphorically, and I think that's kind of what fairy tales have always done in general, and obviously we're pulling on all these different fairy tales and stories that have been told throughout time, and bringing them together. And so, at some point someone said to me, like, well, why is Emma sticking around for all these curses? Why doesn't she just go back to New York? And I was like, because her family's here. And they're like, yeah, but this is a mess. And I was like, no. Like, that's like saying, well, your grandma's sick, so why don't you just leave? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good point.
So it's just like, it's about family and about this connection, about the fact that all these trials will come up in life. And for some people, that trial is an illness in the family, or losing a job, or a bad report card for someone, or a fight with a friend, or, there's so many different levels of something upsetting that could happen in life. And for us, those things are curses and are spells.